Hello, Astro friends. It's the 29th of October 2025. Here's Melanie with the Astro Weather for the week, leading us into the SuperSuperMOON, the closest perigee of supermoons, 4 supermoons in a row. So we already had one on October 6th, now on November 5th, on December 4th, and on January 3rd. 4 supermoons in a row. The one that's coming up will be the closest to Earth and hence super powerful. Also in Taurus, where the moon is very strong, and we are in the center, we will be in the center of Scorpio season. Double Scorpio, double Taurus, very much about intense energy. It's the gates, these are the gates of power, the center of the fixed signs of Taurus, of Leo, of Scorpio, and of Aquarius. So in this case, we're dealing with the power of change, which is the Scorpio power, magic, right? Power of change and transformation. And with Taurus, we're dealing with the power of nature and the power of our bodies also, right? So this is what we're building up to with the waxing moon this week. I will do a special extra one video for the SuperSuperMOON, and of course you can also read my musings about her in my blog article, which will be posting for that, and my newsletter, which you're so welcome to join. Just shoot me a message and it will come to you via email for every new moon and full moon. So yeah, supermoon is definitely in the making, supermoon in the making, in the background. What else is going on this week? I'll keep it a bit shorter today. A lot is going on in my life today, and I need to, yeah, keep the video a little shorter and sweet, hopefully. So we are now still until November 1st in the first 10 degrees and 10 days of Scorpio, which has a Cancer undertone. So that evokes deeper undertones of feelings and needs, and maybe also we're processing themes around family. Of course, also this is the time of Halloween, building up to All Saints, All Souls, Dia de Muertos. All of that is totally about families and also those who are not with us in the physical anymore, but our memories and our connections with them transcend time and space through the veils of mystery. And we're having, yeah, from November 11th on will be the mid-Scorpio, sorry, from November 1st until November 11th will be the mid-Scorpio phase with extra Scorpio undertone. So this is really where it gets deep and magical. And yeah, so what's new today? The 29th of October, Mercury entered Sagittarius for its first Sagittarius phase. Why first? Because Mercury will go retrograde from early Sagittarius, barely 7 degrees, 6:52, on November the 9th until November 29th, back to about 21 degrees of Scorpio. So Mercury first crossed this Phoenix point today from Scorpio to Sag, and will go back retrograde over the Phoenix point again on the 18th of November, and then forward again from that late Scorpio forward again over the Phoenix point a second time into Sag on December 11th for the second phase of Mercury in Sag, which takes it fully through Sag. I just found it's interesting with the light playing here today, light and darker changes and dances through the clouds and the sun out there. And so Mercury in Sag, first phase, right? So this is already an uplifting energy. It's all about seeing, understanding, getting the bigger picture, and maybe outgrowing also what we have, processed. And with Mercury in Scorpio, we've had so much Scorpio lately. Lilith has been the big backdrop in Scorpio since end of March, rewilding us, so to say, unconditioning us, helping us shed old layers like skins in the year of the snake. And then Lilith in Scorpio until the 21st of December, 9 months typically, right? And then we have Mars in Scorpio still until November 4th. I talk about that too. Since early October, and now Mercury has been in Scorpio, inviting also the Sun on the 22nd of October, and Mercury will leave Scorpio now. So Mercury's been in Scorpio since October 6th, right? So it's been quite a while. And now Mercury has crossed the Phoenix Point. Why Phoenix Point? I call that Scorpio Sag transition cusp Phoenix Point because this is where we're burning off all sorts of themes, toxins, maybe everything that we have gone through and processed, and we come out. Maybe we're literally coming out through the death of some kind, and we rise, right? We rise on the wings of the firebird, the phoenix bird, and phoenix also slash eagle, right? It's very Sagittarius. So yeah, now, however, Mercury is per se not so well positioned in Sag. Mercury rules Gemini, so hence it is in exile, it's called, in Sag, in its opposite signs that it rules. And that can make the mind actually quite opinionated. That's one thing. Sagittarius is about truth, is about beliefs, is about inspiration, is about the path. And when we get to attach to that, what we believe, what our story is, so to say, in the mind, then welcome to Mercury retrograde, starting from early Sag, helping us unravel that story, unravel this apparent truth, which might not be objectively true, but on another level, it tells us a lot about our attitude and about our inner game, so to say. Then mindfulness comes in, of course, with Mercury retrograde. So we're not quite there yet, but Mercury is already in the pre-retro shadow, has already crossed the point from which it will go direct again, end of Scorpio, on the 29th of November. And now it will go in this Astro Week, building up for the SuperSuperMOON, will go into pre-retro storm on the 4th, on the day before the supermoon. And so then Mercury goes really slow and in early Sag, right? And then less than a week after actually goes retro. So this is actually when we need to also slow down, wind down the mind and its stories, and on the other hand, also reconnect through the heart, through storytelling, through sharing our experiences, our journeys, right? That's very apropos Mercury in Sagittarius. And yet it's our truth, it's our journey, and everybody is on their own, right? And so all these political identifications and ideological and such, right? This is the truth, this is, you should believe this too, might come also to the forefront with Mercury starting out of Sag, and then checking in, where does this come from, and why do I believe what I believe, right? So more about that also in an article, and that I'm just writing at this point, and also in the newsletter, and next week in the next video. What else is on this Astro Week? We have, as I said, Mercury changed signs just today. Mars, on the heels of Mercury, will also enter Sag on the 4th of November. Yeah, computer waking up here for my cheat sheet. Mars enters Sag, and will be in Sag until the 14th of December. So a better place actually for Mars than for Mercury. However, the Mars-Mercury combination, which will be on both of them in Sag November 4th till 18th, can also give extra fervor to one's thoughts and attitudes, and can be a hot political and otherwise debate, especially since it will be also opposite Uranus barely in Gemini, going retrograde back into Taurus on November 7th, but on that cusp where, yeah, division can come up, and where at the same time we need to voice what is true for us, right? And so Mars going into Sag, that gives an extra energy into this. Yeah, we're coming to the US Thanksgiving, we're coming into the pre-holiday season. Mars and Sag can give us lots of spirit, can be really energized, and the heart can be energized. It's a beautiful energy for journeys on all levels. With Mercury retro, of course, it's also inner journeys, right? Mentally. Now we're having this week, of course, also Halloween, and Samhain is the Celtic word. On the 31st, I was looking, where is the moon on Halloween this year? Will be in Pisces on the 31st and on the 1st until, yeah, the 2nd in the morning. Sorry, sip of water. Pisces, water element, is super strong this autumn, and the Pisces moon, of course, adds mystique and imagination to it, and it was actually really beautiful creative energy for Halloween. Sorry. Where else is the moon this week? Moon is now in Aquarius. Today is the 29th. She entered Aquarius yesterday evening, past Pluto, close to midnight. So maybe there's been some stuff going on for you overnight that needed to be also, gone a bit deeper into, especially in terms of from the Aquarius side, right? Systems, our systems around us, right? Our social system and our community of friends, right? So friends with whom you can go deeper. I had a beautiful conversation yesterday with two friends, and one of them, she was born with Pluto rising. So that was very apropos, this moon Pluto dynamic. I haven't talked with her in years, and it just happened to be yesterday. So what else? The moon goes into Pisces on the 31st at 4:46 a.m. Pacific. My times here are typically Pacific, and we're still in Pacific Daylight Savings Time until the 2nd of November at 2 a.m. when we flip back to Pacific Standard. Then, yes, the Aquarius Pisces dynamic is a lot about, coherence with people, being in sync, being with your spirit community, basically, also, right? So, any gatherings or meetings, and also like building up to Halloween, be beautiful to be in beautiful sync, co-creation, imagination together with people where you can just be in the flow and be at ease with each other. Then the moon goes into Aries on Sunday in the morning. We'll be in Aries, so this is building up already to the full moon. We'll be in Aries on the 3rd and on the 4th until 8:19 a.m. So the gibbous pre-full moon, pre-super-supermoon in Aries can be also super strong, because she will also connect with Chiron in Aries, which will be on Monday evening, 10:51 p.m. So this can also evoke themes around healing that have to do with authenticity, have to do with courage, have to do with being true to ourselves, also due to the Mercury in Sag at that time. And so healing on all levels, finding our medicine, our intrinsic medicine. Yeah, that's about it for today. All Saints, All Souls, November 1st and 2nd is when Venus in Libra will oppose Chiron and square Jupiter. That's also an interesting configuration, a T square on the weekend. So that Libra piece is about harmony and also choices, right? Finding a good match where that generates peace and compatibility also on a human and otherwise level, right? So making choices that are compatible with us and choosing from love is a big theme for Venus in Libra. Approaching also her entry into Scorpio next week. Yes, more Scorpio. That will be on November 6th. And yeah, next week will be really quite something with that super moon, Venus entering Scorpio, and also Uranus re-entering Taurus on the 7th of November. But we're not quite there yet. The super moon is really quite something in its own right. Yeah, so as I said, Venus in Libra, Chiron is involved. So this has to do again with healing with our medicine. And Jupiter in Cancer is stationary actually now because it will go retrograde on 11/11. So this is all about family and belonging. So this would be also the medicine of being with family. That can be spirit family, extended family, biological family, where we really feel it is a good match, it's a good complementariness, we like each other, and that itself is very healing, and it can be really a new approach also to family, can be very healing from a Chiron in Aries perspective. So that's it for today, a shorter, and yeah, I wish you a beautiful week with all the festivities going on now, all the deep dives in Central Scorpio as we connect to the spirit world, to the ancestors, to the elders, to through the veil that is only so thin at this point. Very apropos, moon in Pisces also, right? That the veil is thin. We're connecting interdimensionally. And yeah, have a beautiful week. And if you'd like to dive into your own session at these occasions, or something is really up for you, uh, get a hold of me and we set this up. Looking forward to meeting you and maybe seeing you again soon. Ciao, ciao.